Hey people, 5 Aces here and welcome back to the second part of the live broadcast from Guantanamo Bay, where I'm gonna be stuck for quite a while. Welcome. This is gonna be the second part of the Koshevnik Tiberian Dawn Invitationals, and the two players are, he's down 1-2, he is from Upside Down Land and he's trying to make a comeback and clear his name of any wrongdoings in the process. He, since he's Australian, he probably stems from a long line of convicted felons. Kappa Pride. It is Mr. Anjew as GDI, and his opponent, I know nothing about him, but except that he plays a fantastic and mean Tiberian Dawn style. It is Mr. Cato, spawning again as Nod. Leads me to believe that both of these players just have their main faction picked throughout the entire tournament. This is game 4. Cato is up 2-1, and it's about to be spicy. The map is media control. That is a 4-player map. I don't know if they randomed the spawns or not, but the cross spawns lead me to believe that they didn't. And this is just a map that is way too eco-rich for a 1v1. You can, if you ever get your hold on the expansions here, you're going to be floating. And in Tiberian Dawn, floating is not necessarily a thing, because you can just go for another airstrip, go for another war factory, and produce twice as much. So if you're not floating, and you know how to macro in this game, you are, rather than that, just going to produce massive army blobs. So I'm expecting a mid to late game-ish scenario here. The oil derricks have not been claimed except the one for Cato. It seems to me that Anjew always forfeits oil derrick control. He just values the weapons factory into early harvester more, which is a deliberate choice that I guess in Tiberian Dawn it makes a lot of sense, but it also leaves you open to rushes. So if your opponent knows you and counters that early, then yeah. Okay, just one Humvee. I think Cato got a bit scared there. He was like, what is this? What is this, an early Humvee? A scouting from Anjew? That must be cheese. He must be on his way with 10 grenadiers. But no. But alas, it was just a lonesome scout. And he's going for his favorite army composition again, which I really enjoy. Bike and buggy. But it's not just any bike and buggy, it's like he's keeping his buggies as frontliners and running interference for and gunning down any minigunners and rocket soldiers, and then the bikes are just there to dish out the DPS against harvesters. So he's playing a really active, and he's not just moving blobs around. Let's just put it that way. He's a fantastic player from what I've seen in the first couple of games. Zooming out, because this map is quite large. Yeah, oil derrick still producing money into the void. Such is the way of games with Anjew, and the medium tanks are out. So he feels confident enough with his 4 harvester economy. Same here for Cato. And if this thing is always, if this goes into the mid to late game, GDI do have an advantage with mammoth tanks. They are just too cost efficient. They are not really easy to counter. Stealth tanks are way too frail. They do good burst, but you need so many of them to actually kill a mammoth tank. And then you need to shoot from behind, because if the mammoth tank ever has you in their turret sides, they just one-tap you. With a double blast from the twin guns, they just kill stealth tanks. So you need to be really careful. And Anjew's moving out already. He's taking his first proper expansion, whereas Cato's still sitting back. One thing I haven't seen from him all that much, except in game 2 where he lost on Pirates and Emperors, is that he doesn't really value expansions all that much, apparently. However, he is one of the first players I see who values air units in this game. And that is something I cannot give him high enough praise for. Air units are so underutilized. It's just strange that he would pick Nod, but I guess he just picks them for the buggies. For the bike-buggy combination. Because, let's be real, picking them for Apache longbows is kind of a non-argument. That is... freaking Nerf gun helicopters. Yeah, that was a good run. You can see he already killed a medium, killed two Humvees, sorry. And he's about to find an unprotected harvester. Trades it off for 2 bikes, but that's completely... Oh, he's cornered. Whoops. I think he thought that there would be a passage. Otherwise, that play can't be explained otherwise. Okay, he scouts the communication center as well. That's very important. And more crucially, he has denied the econ for now. Okay, there's an HET. See you later, buddy. So with more AGTs, the airplay becomes increasingly difficult to pull off. So he might just be... Since he was the first to rush for tier 2... No, he wasn't. Wait. No. The airstrike is almost up for Anjew. So at least what this does, firing at with the puny Apache machine guns, it's always going to give him line of sight because the Apache is going to track the tanks. And also, it's going to let Anjew know that Cato knows. So in turn, this is like a psychological minigame. So he knows, alright, if I'm trying for a flank with the tanks now, it is 100% scouted and accounted for. Good luck. Good luck, tank. We believe in you. So it's more than anything, it's a psychological game here. But so many medium tanks, so I think, yeah, okay, he's doing it. Cato is on triple barracks, he's starting to ramp up infantry production. And by a factor of 3, might I add. This is gonna spiral out of control here with the infantry. Because right now there's just no anti-infantry here whatsoever. APCs, not anti-infantry. Medium tanks, not anti-infantry. AGTs, not anti-infantry. GDI, to be fair, don't have many tools. Ooh! That is a tank graveyard. This is where tanks go to die. Yeah. To be fair, GDI don't have many anti-infantry tools. One of the primary tools here would be, I guess, grenadiers. Grenadiers are very good against massed infantry, especially when clumped. Okay, Cato should definitely have this flank on the radar. Strikes me as curious that he didn't realize that. Okay, so this flank is getting threateningly close. Ah, no, okay, he rallied most of his troops there. So that's gonna be warded off easily. And he's putting concrete barriers down. He just knows that this is coming. And he's only waiting for the go button to deploy. Yeah. And now oh no, there's the airstrike. This is a big one. The floodgates are open. What an airstrike here. This is a huge impact. Gonna cost him an airstrip. But Cato is still in good shape after all that. He probably won't be losing the second airstrip if he pays attention. And on the other side, wow, this is a blob and a half. Yeah, this didn't cost him too much. Oh, by the way, whiplash planes. We're back to having whiplash planes. Hell yeah. I didn't know the bug was still in the game. Looks so pretty. Man, this is on 100%. I swear. Why is this game so fast? Psychological pressure, just force firing your not buggies on a random tile. Letting your opponent know, I've got the buggies. Oh, I've got the buggies. Now, what's the econ tab looking like? Pretty similar. Anjew's slightly ahead, but nothing you can't remedy with a good old airstrike. Speaking of airstrikes, yeah, 1 minute. Okay, and he definitely knows that that's coming. He shouldn't even have fired. He should have sprung an ambush there. Just position your infantry accordingly and wait for the tanks to roll in. That would have been the play. However, what I would like to note is that this flank has been undetected, and Anjew has gone up to 2 expansions now. He's moved his original Conyard closer, and Cato is pretty spread out for the time being, so yeah, this is exactly the scenario I was envisioning when I was looking at the map. It's like, that is a late game map. Oh no. Not buggies in first. Good luck, buddy. Good luck doing anything at all. Oh! The Conyard is going down. He should undeploy. Too late. Too late. That's the Conyard down. Well, so now it's all or nothing for Cato. He can't rebuild and he can't get any more expansions. Sure, Anjew traded at a premium, but that was still a good run by. I don't think you can build MCBs without the repair facility, and I'm pretty sure I've not seen one. No, you never see repair facilities in this game. Let's be real. Man, this infantry blob, this is so sick. Oh, this is Tiberian Dawn Prime. Prime time right there. Alright, T-Scouts. Airstrike is coming in. Getting 2 or 3 more tanks. Decent, decent. Yeah, that's the way you deal with the minigun, with the guard towers, by the way. You just send in 1 minigunner and let him soak up all the shots, because it's not very good against single targets, and especially not against single target infantry. I think the airstrike's ready. Almost. That is a very risky proposition. He needs to split up his army, otherwise he's just gonna get murdered. He's just gonna get airstruck. You know, there is Thunderstruck and then there's Airstruck. Ooh, artilleries. Oh, the pressure is on. Oh no! Ooh! He tried to dodge out of the way, but only one of the artists survives for now. That's the move in. There's, I think, too many rockets on the dance floor. I think there isn't enough hard anti-infantry. Ooh, this is looking rough for Cato. He's getting swarmed. He's getting overwhelmed on all sides and angles. He would need to sound the retreat, except there is nothing to retreat to. He does no longer have a base. Wait, did he lose? No, the comm center is still online. Yeah, too many minigunners. He doesn't have many options right there. Because if he builds too many minigunners, then the tanks are just gonna roll in. He doesn't have the appropriate counters anymore. And Anjew knows this is taking a fourth. It's looking very good for him. This is looking like the equalizer again. Oh, such a big force spearheading their way in. He's trying for a desperate flank. Oh, alright, buddy. You do you go try. Oh, Grenadiers are here as well. Couple ranked up minigunners. Yeah, the Grenadiers are gonna make swift work. You see, like, the AoE they dish out is sick. Really sickening. He's trying to get into a defensive position with the artilleries, but there are no more concrete walls to deploy, so it's not as easy to stop this assault anymore. Alright, I'm hearing... Ah, there's the Apache. He needs to set him on crush mode. Like, light tanks need to crush the infantry. That's their primary use right now, but it's game anyway. That is the 2-2. 2-2, cleanup crew has arrived. Last airstrip down. Last barracks soon to follow, and that's it with the production. Well, no, there's one more. Alright, he's trying for a desperate counterattack. Problem is, the Grens are closing in. Oh, the AoE. Yep, nothing can stand up to that for a long time. And that's that. GG. There's the 2-2. Man, what an insane series. I thoroughly enjoy this. Alright, see you in game number 5. Just a sec.
Control terminated.
Game number 5 is being played out on Lost Souls. That is a very underutilized map. It's a kind of newish to the pool, I guess. But very much take the middle or die map. Oh, I've casted a couple games on this. Like the last Tiberian Dawn game that I casted on this, I believe, was on this map. But anyway, that's a very cutthroat map, and if you lose control of the center in the middle, of the center, then you're relegated to those small fields in the corners, and you basically get outscaled no matter what. So it's a do or die map. Again, an engineer for Cato, coupled with some rifle scouts, whereas Anjew is going for his Greatwood build. Is this gonna be his downfall? But thus far, the one thing that I wanna bemoan about Cato, like he's played so well, but he hasn't caught on to Anjew's Great build yet. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna let him mark her up, it's fine. Because with double barracks infantry pressure, you would be smashing this build. There is just no recourse, other than maybe pulling a harvester and hoping for the best crush RNG. So yeah, very low starting econ. Basically, this supports two harvesters, 2 refs. This is like custom made for a double ref build, if we're being honest. Yeah, at least he's applying some pressure. Oh wait! Since this is not a heavy vehicle, let's see, what is that? It's a Humvee. Oh my goodness, that's so nasty. The Humvee can't come out because it can't crush infantry, so it can't enter the cell where the infantry are sitting. That is so smart. It would be like if this were a harvester, the harvester would just force his way out. But given that Anjew just produced a Humvee, it couldn't exit. That was pretty funny. Okay, so up to 2 harvesters he's now, plus a couple Humvees. And Cato? I don't know about his build there. He went double ref now, and he's got again just force firing. It's just letting him know I've got the buggies. Well, but this time Anjew's got the Humvees, so it's gonna be a bit like a smidgen more difficult for him this time around. All right, pulling the Humvees again. Not the worst, not the worst. Yeah, this time, oh, Cato is gonna trade very poorly because he just doesn't have the numbers for the time being. needs more buggies, needs to wait it out and ride it out with his Derrick advantage, because Anjew still didn't take his Derrick. He is not a big fan of all Derricks, period. Alrighty. So still up to 3 Harvesters off of double ref, but he's gonna get outscaled by Anjew right there. 4th Harvester, scarier force. I think he's got more assets at the time. No! Wait, what? What's the difference here? What's the big asset sink there? I thought this would be more. Okay. Well, I stand corrected. There's a 1k lead for Cato, right? And he's gone for the comm center again. I really like that. Against the light vehicle play, I think maybe he suspected, okay, this is going to be a light vehicle play, power play from Anjew. So I'm going to go and rush a helicopter, but except he doesn't. So the production line right now is looking like mediums for Anjew, and Cato's still going for harvesters. So the comm center is just there for the airstrip and for the pretty sick visuals for the time being. That is questionable. The first medium tank coming in as a spearhead for this force, but it's not going to be enough to stop this. I love the unit diversity that Cato is putting out. He's using all T0 vehicles, all of them. But he's choosing the poorest vector to engage in. Rip. We should maybe dive up. Yeah, that's so good. Is he gonna get it? Oh, barely not. If he had gotten the dive after the rocket launcher, he could maybe have pulled the trigger. But as it stands, not so easy. This time Cato with the first proper expansion. Wow, you can force fire with recon bikes, then run into your own missiles. Today I learned. And Anjew taking the middle. So especially as GDI, this is so hard to crack as for your opponent, because you hunker down in the middle, and advanced guard towers are cheap. Wait, what happened? He sold his No, wait, that's not a Conyard. It's the airstrip. He must have misclicked and sold the airstrip. Yikes. I was wondering, I mean, Anjew has no idea what was going on, but jeez. That is unlucky. Ouch. So anyway, right now it's looking very good for Anjew. Double weapons factory against 0. This is going to be mass infantry production for the time being. The first Apache longbow is out. I think... Oh, he's going for a Nook. Okay, so you don't need more than one. Really, you just need a single Apache to scout the entire map, especially in a map this small. Yeah, my initial point still stands. GDI have such an easy time fortifying this with advanced guard towers that at the end of the day, it's going to be really hard to break. The force fire. Oh no, too close to the sun, Icarus! Icarus down! Okay. Recon bikes need to be brought into position. But what can he do? I think he just lost this from a tactical standpoint without, like, micro notwithstanding. Ooh, flamer drop. Yeah, I can see that. That is a smart and prudent investment. I dig. Okay, Anjew's sacking a couple mediums on the time in the process there. Ooh! I didn't have that on the radar. Literally. This is gonna be a mass of medium tanks forcing their way through. Danger close airstrike! Ooh! Gonna be met with a counter airstrike, and just like that, Cato is dismantled in this game. Yikes! That was a bit brutal. Man, he had such good chances until he sold his airstrip. That is unlucky. So yeah, advanced guard towers, like the turret doesn't stand a chance there. Ooh, and the MLS is still in position to deal with all of this nonsense. Flamers not connecting at all. Rocket launcher still alive, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This entire drop did nothing. What a terrible day to be Cato right there. He's selling the airstrip. Yeah, he knows it's over. This is the 3-2 lead for Anjew, as far as I'm aware. Let's check the asset line. It is, yeah, 23 under 44k. Good luck, man. Good luck. At least he kills most of the infantry there. Like, I really like how he uses his Apaches. Also with shift click. Oh, and there's another unguarded avenue into the base. Anjew just saying thank you, peace! Trading out for a harvester, very good. So I think that's tier 3 territory for him. What is he building? Not going for tier 3 just yet. I think he needs an advanced power plant first. Man, look at that though, like the Apaches have been really successful. Don't think I've ever seen that in a game. Apaches are usually just a choke unit. Is he selling off? This looks like he's selling off. Yeah, no, he's maybe just too broke. Ha! Visceroid spawning and immediately tackling the advanced guard tower. Look at how tanky those beasts are. That is just brutal. Grenadiers are surprisingly tough as well. Alright. One last Nod Buggy remaining. Does he have cash even? Yeah, one Harvester, one Derrick. That's not gonna get you very far. That's gonna afford you a snack. That's gonna afford each of your tank drivers like a Snickers bar. Oh, that's gonna be a bit brutal. Can't even sustain the upkeep of your tank drivers with that. And there is a slight medium blob brewing for Anjew, now transitioning into mammoths very shortly, I imagine. Yeah. I mean, Cato is staying in it for the chance at the prize money, but this ain't happening. This ain't happening, period. Asset discrepancy for now is... there we go. Yeah, 56. 30k asset discrepancy. He's trying to wall off. I mean, that's the best you can do, sure. Sure, but Anjew's gonna brute force his way through and he's got the airstrike lined up. So at the end of the day... I love the army tab, by the way. At the end of the day, this is just not gonna happen. Harvester's noping the hell out of there. The other side, oh, he didn't get the flank off, so he's trying to at least get some crushes, get some value. He doesn't need to trade positively anymore. And this is it, the floodgates are open. Grenadiers, charge! Oh, that's so sick. Finally we get to see the Grenadiers in action. Those guys are so strong. And, like, the Apaches don't have enough ammo to kill all of that. GG. Anjew, Cato being swamped by Anjew there. Yeah. So that is the first time we're seeing... Yeah, first mammy. First time we're seeing Anjew in a lead. And well deserved. But in this game, honestly, it boils down to Cato selling his airstrip. He was in an okay position until then. But just not having vehicle production and then not having recourse against the mediums, that just broke his neck. So, on to game number 6. See you in a sec.
Battle control terminated.
Alright, welcome to game number 6 on Tropic Expanse. I've never seen this map. It looks humongous. It looks absolutely ginormous. It looks way too big for a 1v1. Is that even a 1v1 map? I think no, it isn't. This is those are spawns as well. That's a 2v2 map. Repurposed for 1v1s and apparently with cross spawns, which is something I like. So you can always just kind of play a style in the certainty of not being cheesed. Yeah, so a lot is on the line in this game here, because if Anjew takes this, then he's gonna be the victor of the Koshevnik tournament. And if Cato wins it, then he's got a shot at it with another redemption game, which would be a final, like a true tiebreaker game. I would so much like to see that. I would like to see those two go into a tiebreaker. Been a fantastic series thus far. Anyway, overlay on. There we go. Okay, Cato again with a chain link fence, just not wanting to be caught off guard. This time it's him rushing an airstrip. No, okay, he has the Hand of Nod. Sells it off afterwards, okay. So he just wants the early econ boost from the oil derrick. Understandable, but if you do that, you might as well already keep your barracks, unless he doesn't want to go into low power. Ah, yeah, he would have gone into low power, so he has to sell it. Kind of makes sense. And greedy build from Anjew again. Surprise! He went for the greedy build 6 games in a row. Let's see if he's gonna pull through with it this time around. Really like the jungle tile set, by the way. Looks so cool. Without spoiling anything, the jungle tile set in the remaster is pretty cool as well. So anyway, first recon out. Just going for a casual stroll here across the map. A joyride, if you will. And same for the Humvee. Just scouting the perimeter. Ah, he's going for the same style again. Okay, 3 buggies, 1 bike usually. Nope, 4 buggies this time around. 4 buggies, at least 1 recon. Ah, first scout doesn't make it to the base. Didn't make it to home base. You're a disgrace. Sad day. Something I'm really curious. I don't know if those assets had the same names in the original. I'm not actually aware if that's the case. I'll have to check. Because in the remasters right now, they don't have names. They are just random. They're called like civilian asset number, whatever. Humvee for a not buggy. Just on the doorstep of the base of Anjew, so a quiet early game this time around. And one thing I really miss is with the schedule being at the way it is currently, not being able to stream. I would like to stream some more OpenRA at some point. It's just not happening right now. Maybe in the summer break. During summer break I'll have some more time. So, 4 harvesters for Cato. Ah, smart. Tries to pull them apart. As it stands, Anjew's on the ball. And you can see the missiles not tracking far enough. They time out after like 10, 12 cells or something. So if you're fast enough to react, you actually don't take damage from recons. Quite an interesting dynamic. We're seeing a very early double airstrip from Cato, and Anjew is going for his double war factory as well. Ooh, that is very early indeed. Both have their tech up. And 5 harvesters for Cato. I think it should be around the same number, yeah. Same number for Anjew. So at the end of the day, assets dead on even. Basically no difference right there. That makes sense. Medium tank transition is in the mix right now. Is Cato going for a triple airstrip after that? Let's see. He needs to place the second one first. There it is. Power plant. Maybe 3 airstrips is viable on this map, considering... No, you have to go for an earlier expansion, because your original starting Tiberium is not gonna be sustaining you for that long. You basically need to move out early. Ooh, I've never seen that asset. Church. Some fences have been crushed, so that indicates a move out of some sorts. Medium tanks flanking in the north. And I don't know why he's doing that. He's just force firing for the hell of it. It gives away the position of a unit, but it also applies pressure, so it's a double-edged sword, I guess. Alright, those tanks are in a compromised position. You might want to get out of dodge. Tanks closing in. He's booking it. Alright, on the other side, trying to go for a play on the harvester, but denied by an advanced guard tower. Ooh. That's rough, yeah. MRLS in the mix. Oh, he tried going for the double rocket. I think it doesn't kill it. I think it survives one volley. But the best play regardless, considering he was being collapsed upon from all angles. And we're seeing one Apache again. That seems to be his standard go-to meta build. He's got too many harvesters. Ooh, he needs an eco-transfer very momentarily. Sorry. Cato is gonna be able to deploy a refinery here, and maybe after that he wants to move on already. Like maybe to here. He is in dire need of more recon if he wants to sustain this build. Depending on how many Apaches he's gonna build, because they're a big money sink. Air units, if you just build them for the hell of it, you're gonna run dry very soon, so you need to like make a decision. Oh no, this harvester survived, but oh, doesn't. Very nice raid regardless. That's risky. The comm center is gonna take a beating. Does he have his own airstrike up? I think he could. He doesn't. What a terrible timing. He could have gotten it easily. On the other side, he's trying to go for the harvester. Man, that is some feathers ruffled. Army advantage is now in the court of Anjew because Cato traded down with his army. But econ advantage definitely in the court. Yeah, 3 harvesters for Anjew, 6 for Cato, and an oil derrick to boot. So yeah, you know, I don't like the airstrike there. You should have maybe gone for the comm center and airstruck the comm center at like 50% HP. That would have been a surefire way to deny support powers. But this time the move out from Anjew, despite him being behind, he's ahead in assets right now, or at least in the army. Not if he keeps donating tanks to the Cato fund right there. Okay, doesn't commit into it. Probably the smarter move. And the Grenadiers are very good against light vehicles unless you can keep them moving. Ah, he spots the move out. He spots it. So he definitely needs to fortify on this side. That is a mistake. He's moving his entire army all across the map. Woefully out of position right there. Yeah, that's good. Comm center might go down. Because there is no... Oh! The MCV. It's blocked! It is blocked. I think that's a dead MCV. And he needs to kill the husk, by the way. He needs to 100% kill the husk right there. Otherwise, Anjew is going to have an easy time just building an engineer. Yeah, comm center down. But... Ah, MCV for MCV. RIP. Down goes the Carnyard. Down goes the secondary airstrip for Cato. What a slaughter. Where's the army from Cato? They are transitioning. Ah, what a bad timing. What a terrible timing right there. Econ still 3 under 6. I mean, he doesn't need to do anything else. It's just the Apaches are eventually going to take care of this. Eventually. They can kill a tank, I swear. They don't do 0 damage in the grand scheme of things. Oh no, the rebound. I feel like despite all of these great plays and despite all the great eco-snipes, Cato is in a compromised position because he lost all his army trying to deal with this. APCs are starting to appear as well, so that diminishes the effectiveness. Can't really stop your opponent from getting APCs out. He's going for the power, a power play if you will. Probably a smart move. Another harvester down though. Man, how does Anjew still have income? Seriously. 2 harvesters. 2 freaking harvesters. But there are so many more units. How does he deal with this? This is gonna be really tough. He needs a really good airstrike. He needs to pull back into the center of his base and wait for a really good airstrike. 20 seconds probably. Oh no, the 1-2 punch. Anjew just has too much army mass. Is that it? Come on. Come on. I want a game 7. Please. Ah, no. The airstrip... sorry, the airstrike not coming online. Man, what a sad timing. Well, congratulations to Anjew for taking this tournament. Not in stride, might I add. There have been some speed bumps along the way. But a fantastic series. I just got to commend both players. That was high-level TD play. And Cato definitely... deservedly in the finals, as well as Anjew. Yeah, but at the end of the day, what Cato did in this game, he played so well. He found so many eco-snipes, but at the end of the day, he lost too much army. And Anjew always retained his army. He didn't retain his harvesters, but his unit retention was better. By sheer virtue of Cato committing to harvester kills and trading off lots of units. Yeah. So even with the eco being completely behind from Anjew, like 2 harvesters, that is welfare. Even with him being on state welfare, he just pulled through because he didn't lose too many tanks, and then in the end it snowballed. And also Cato would have been better served going for more infantry, but that's hindsight. Like, that's caster's vision. Obviously we don't... only we have that. The players don't have access to that information. Great series. Shout out to Kushevnik for hosting and organizing this. Again, if you want to watch the original without dubs, go to twitch.tv/Koshevnik and watch the recorded casts in Russian. That's going to be a fun little exercise for you if you want a crash course in Russian. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with, believe it or not, a 2v2 in Shatter Paradise. I'll see you next week. 5 Aces out. Stay tuned.
Battle control terminated.